For your Unit 3 nutrition lesson, you're going to be working in an assignment that's called a Hyperdoc. So when you open up this assignment in Schoology, you're initially going to see some description about the assignment, but when you click on My Document, it will open up the Hyperdoc itself. And if you've never worked with a Hyperdoc before, it is a bunch of different links to either websites, videos, articles, resources, maybe other documents, or maybe a slide set or other things for you to work on that ultimately takes a bunch of kind of mini lessons and makes it into one big lesson, one kind of big idea at the end where it's going to culminate into this final project. So one of the things I encourage you to do is think of the big picture. Don't go through section by section. Yes, you want to go in order and you want to use these suggestions here as kind of a way to pace yourself, but look through the entire document. Look at what's being asked of you at the very end. So you could see that at the end here, you're going to have this culminating project, and it's up to you what you get to choose, how you want to present your information. But let's kind of start at the top and look at some of the key features and explain the lesson. So one of the more important things to look at is the due date here. Your final due date for this assignment is Wednesday, January 15th. And what that means is once you've completed all of the lessons and all of the things that are assigned within this one document, then you'll hit that submit assignment button. So to start out here, you have your engage. You're going to be asked this question, why do we even need to eat? And you're going to talk about that probably as a class in that answer garden there. So we won't really click on that now. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to be asked to explore. So it even suggests here that you click on the explain link down here to see what you're going to be doing with this information, and that you may want to write some notes while you watch or read some of these videos or read these articles. So if we skip ahead though to get an idea of what kind of information we really need to pay attention to, you might have noticed that there are two different colors of links. You have blue links, which are more informational. They're going to take you to other websites or videos or articles. And then you have red links. Red links are always going to be linked out to some kind of assignment that you're ultimately going to need to show evidence for. If we click this link here, it's going to take us to a set of slides, and it's going to force you to make a copy of this. So now we're working in a totally different document from what you were originally working in. So one of the important things that we need to make sure we do is that we go back and we share the link with Mrs. Mansfield in this Hyperdoc, so she will eventually have access when you submit the final assignment. So you'll go through and you'll be able to click in these boxes and type into them based on the information that you gather from those videos. Super important thing to remember is that when you're working on anything in Google Drive, it's automatically being saved. So if you think you accidentally click out of the tab or you're not sure where your work went, always, always, always go back to your Google Drive. And I can guarantee you that your work will be there somewhere. So you can see my copy of the nutrition vocabulary shows up right away. And if I were to go back here and access it this way though, well, I'm going to be met with this screen that says make a copy again. And once you hit make a copy, now you're working in a completely new document that's separate from the one you were originally working in. So pro tip, always go back to your Google Drive. Once you have finished with the assignment and you're ready to paste the link, it's really important that you get a shareable link. So if you notice, you can't just take this link up here and copy and paste it into the Hyperdoc. When I hover over this share bar here, it says the document is private only to me. So it's really important that you click share and then you hit get shareable link. Once you click that, it automatically copies the link to your clipboard. If you want to click copy link here, just for good measure, not a bad idea. And then you'll go back and hit Control V. Oops. And that will copy the link to that presentation or that part of the assignment into the section that it goes with. You're going to do this for your food log and your comparison sheet. And you're going to use remember, blue is for a resource. The final thing that you're going to do requires you to use a graphic organizer to help kind of arrange your thoughts and ideas and connect them. But the graphic organizer is not the final project. The final project is up to you. So most of these sites, so if you're doing an essay, do it in Google Docs where you can get a shareable link. You can make Google Slides where you can get a shareable link. Anything you do in Google, you could always get a link to. If you do something in a third-party site like Prezi or Pictochart, if you want to do an infographic, they're really great too because they often have shareable links for you to use as well. The very end piece here, and this is good for you to look at before you start the final project, is your rubric for how you'll be graded on this final piece. If you have any questions, feel free to come see Mr. Saunders or Ms. Heischober in room 803. Or ask Mrs. Mansfield for help. Hope this is helpful, and good luck.